Teachings on Chastity. I'm thrilled you have this book, and I'm even more excited to be your guide. I know sex education can be awkward, but trust me, it doesn't have to be. We're going to tackle it together, and I promise to make it as comfortable, fun, and informative as possible. This book will address confusion and provide you with factual advice. You are not the first one to wonder about these topics. The truth is that there are a lot of misconceptions floating around about relationships, especially for teenagers. Let's start with some questions to get the wheels turning about the topics we will be discussing. True or false, can a sexually transmitted infection, STI, be contracted from a toilet seat? Consent is. Multiple choice, which of the following can be a form of birth control? A. Condom. B. Birth control pill. C. IUD. D. All of the above. Okay, pencil in hand. We'll go over this journey together through this book. Ready to get started? Let's navigate this important phase of your life with honesty, understanding, and humor. I'm so glad you're here. It is essential to understand your body and the changes that occurred during adolescence. Do you know that adolescence is one of the most transformative periods of your life? This era of newfound knowledge might feel like an exhilarating roller coaster ride, but don't worry, you're not alone on this ride. Everyone goes through it, and that's what we're here to talk about. You might suddenly find yourself towering over your friends or vice versa, looking up to them quite literally. It's a strange and exciting time. Typically, girls begin to grow earlier than boys, usually around the ages of 10 to 14, while boys tend to start a bit later, around 12. But remember, everyone has their schedule, and it's okay to show up early or late to the party. During this time, you might notice your clothes fitting differently or your shoes feeling tight. You might find yourself clumsier than usual, which is normal due to body coordination changes during adolescence. Especially for boys, have you ever had that embarrassing moment when your vocal cords prank you and your voice suddenly cracks? Girls might notice significant changes in their bodies as well. Don't worry, these changes won't last forever. Puberty is a process the body goes through to prepare for a potential pregnancy. The menstrual cycle, approximately 28 days, involves the release of an egg from the ovaries into the uterus for possible implantation. Shedding occurs during a period, which is part of becoming a woman. It can take a couple of years to establish a regular cycle, so try not to stress if it doesn't follow the textbook 28 days. During this time, you might notice more hair sprouting on both boys and girls. Puberty often comes with the growth of pubic hair and facial hair, which can be an exciting or annoying rite of passage. It's important to know that everyone has different amounts of body hair depending on factors like genetics and ethnicity, and that's perfectly okay. Whether you choose to remove it or let it grow is entirely up to you, there's no right or wrong, just what makes you feel comfortable. Skin changes are also common, often caused by changes in hormones during puberty, leading to increased oil production and acne or what is popularly termed as pimples. Most teenagers deal with acne at some point, but the good news is that plenty of over-the-counter products can help. If those don't work, a dermatologist can provide more targeted treatments. As we start getting up close with the female reproductive system, it's a complex system that plays a crucial role in reproduction. The female reproductive system consists of two ovaries, about the size of almonds, which contain the eggs. A woman is born with all the eggs she will have. The fallopian tubes extend from the ovaries to the uterus. When an egg is released during ovulation, it travels down the tube where it may become fertilized. The uterus, shaped like a pear, is where a fertilized egg implants and grows into a fetus during pregnancy. At the lower end of the uterus is the cervix, which acts as a gateway during childbirth, allowing the baby to pass through the vagina, which also serves as a conduit for menstrual flow. The menstrual cycle starts with menstruation. During puberty, girls will notice their first signs of development begin with a small tender lump under the nipple as their breasts start to form. Over the next few years, breasts come in all shapes and sizes. There's a wide range of normal, and it's important to remember that your body is unique and beautiful in its own way. Let's talk about vaginal health. The vagina is self-cleaning, which means it doesn't need any special washes. In fact, using them can disrupt the natural balance of bacteria and cause infections. It's normal for the vagina to produce a clear or milky white discharge, which changes throughout the cycle and can become thicker or more slippery during ovulation. If you notice any changes like a strong odor or unusual color, it's a good idea to see a healthcare provider. If you are sexually active and don't want to get pregnant, talk to a provider about birth control options. While some changes occur during puberty for females, remember that every person develops at their own rate. Keeping track of menstruation is a natural process experienced by transitioning women, and the average age for a girl to get her first period ranges from 8 to 15 or 16. For many girls, it may take a year or so to establish a regular predictable rhythm. This is completely normal, so don't worry if your cycle varies. The length of a period can vary from person to person, with the average period lasting about 5 days. It is useful to know when to expect your period. Many teenagers and women find that they can predict their next period by making entries in a calendar. This can help them choose appropriate products to use during their period. Fortunately, several options are available to suit individual preferences and activity levels. Pads are a popular choice for many, while tampons are preferred by others. Remember to change tampons every 8 hours to prevent toxic shock syndrome. It's perfectly okay to use tampons during the day while you are asleep, just choose whatever solution works best for you. Always keep in mind hygiene and the products you need to stay healthy. If you experience a period unexpectedly, here are some tips. Keep a spare change of clothes or underwear handy. Use a sweater or jacket to wrap around your waist as a temporary solution if needed. Always have wet wipes or water on hand for emergencies. If you ever feel stressed or anxious, confide in a close friend or trusted teacher for assistance. Now, let's understand the male reproductive system. The male reproductive system is a complex machine with each function playing a crucial role. The testicles, oval-shaped organs that produce sperm, are essential to reproduction. The testicles need to be cooler than body temperature to produce healthy sperm. The sperm travels through a long coiled tube called the epididymis and then through the urethra, which serves as the final path for fluids, including sperm and urine. During puberty for boys, typically between the ages of 9 and 14, the first noticeable change is the enlargement of the testicles. This might happen gradually or suddenly, but either way, it's a normal part of puberty. At the same time, you might notice the skin of the scrotum darkening and becoming more textured. It's normal for one testicle to hang lower than the other. Facial hair is another sign of male puberty. Initially, it may appear as a bit of fuzz, but over time, it can become thicker. Just like with any other physical change, growth rates and patterns can vary widely based on genetics and ethnicity. It's important to remember that these changes won't happen all at once, and everyone will develop at their own pace. During this phase, the body starts producing more testosterone, which plays a crucial role in growth, muscle development, and sexual function. One of the most natural experiences teenage boys may encounter is the occurrence of erections. This physiological response occurs when blood flows into the tissues, causing the penis to become erect. Erections can happen for various reasons, including sexual arousal or even for no reason at all. It's common for boys to experience spontaneous erections during sleep or when waking up in the morning, often referred to as morning wood. These occurrences are a normal part of growing up and are nothing to be embarrassed about. If you experience an unexpected erection, don't panic. There are several ways to discreetly handle the situation, such as thinking about something non-sexual or adjusting your position to cover it. Wearing loose-fitting pants can also be helpful. Wet dreams, known as nocturnal or night emissions, are another normal part of adolescence. They occur when a boy ejaculates during sleep, often triggered by sexual dreams. This process is a natural sign of maturing and does not indicate anything wrong. Now let's talk about sexual orientation and identity. Sexual orientation refers to who you are attracted to and how you see yourself in terms of gender. You might have heard terms like heterosexuality, attraction to the opposite sex, homosexuality, attraction to the same sex, and bisexuality, attraction to both sexes. It's also important to note that you don't have to fit neatly into one of these categories. Sexual orientation exists on a spectrum and can change over time. Transgender identity refers to individuals whose gender identity does not align with the sex they were assigned at birth. For instance, someone assigned male at birth may identify as female. It's crucial to respect people's chosen pronouns and identities, as everyone deserves to feel comfortable in their own skin. You might also come across terms like queer and pansexual. Queer is an umbrella term for those who don't identify exclusively with heterosexuality or traditional gender norms, while pansexuality refers to being attracted to individuals regardless of gender. Asexuality is another important term, referring to individuals who may experience little to no sexual attraction to others. Some may identify as demisexual, meaning they feel sexual attraction only after forming a strong emotional connection. Coming out is the process of sharing your sexual orientation or identity with others. It can be liberating and positive, but it may also be challenging. Remember, it's your personal journey, and you decide when to come out. Reactions can vary. Some people may be supportive, while others may not understand. Regardless of where you fall on the spectrum of sexual orientation and identity, it's perfectly normal to explore who you are. It's an exciting part of your life, so be patient with yourself and, most importantly, be true to yourself. Now, let's talk about sex. The term having sex can mean different things across various cultures, so we're about to head into the world of sex, covering biological aspects, emotional perspectives, and legal considerations. From a purely biological perspective, having sex typically refers to the insertion of a male penis into a female vagina, a process intended for reproduction. During this act, sperm is released from the male body and may fertilize an egg in the female reproductive system. However, sex is often seen as more than just a biological act. It can be deeply emotional, involving intimacy and vulnerability. For many, sex is a unique way of expressing affection and connecting with a partner. Now let's consider the legal perspective of sex. The age of consent varies, typically ranging from 16 to 18 years old depending on where you live. It's crucial to understand consent laws in your area, as having sex with someone below the age of consent can have serious legal consequences, including charges of statutory rape. Consent itself is a vital aspect of any sexual relationship. It means that both individuals involved in the sexual activity agree to it. Consent is not a one-time agreement. It must be ongoing and can be withdrawn at any moment. It's important to understand that some acts are illegal, such as non-consensual sex or sexual assault. While having sex is a personal decision, it should be based on your beliefs and values. If you choose to engage in sexual activity, make sure to use protection to prevent sexually transmitted infections, STIs, and unwanted pregnancies. There are different types of sexual activities, including vaginal, oral, and anal sex. While vaginal sex is the most common, oral sex involves using the mouth to stimulate a partner's genitals. This can be performed by people of any gender and can be a way for partners to experience intimacy. It's important to communicate with your partner about what you both enjoy and what you're comfortable with. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to have sex, and it's perfectly normal for experiences to be clumsy or awkward at first. Now let's discuss digital communication and sexting. Sexting refers to sending sexually explicit messages or images via digital devices, which can seem like a fun way to connect with someone you're interested in. However, it's crucial to remember that once shared, you lose control over the image and the message. This can lead to serious consequences, including humiliation and emotional distress if the content is shared without your consent. It's important to be aware of the legal implications of sending explicit images, especially if the recipient is underage. Possessing or sharing such images can lead to severe legal penalties. Navigating the digital landscape requires awareness and responsibility. If you choose to engage in sexting, ensure that you trust the person you're sending content to and consider the potential consequences. Finally, let's address the common myths regarding sexual activity. One common misconception is that a person cannot get pregnant the first time they have sex. In reality, the chance of pregnancy exists if sexual activity involves the exchange of sperm and no contraception is used. Additionally, sex should not be painful. While some discomfort is common, ongoing severe pain may indicate an underlying issue that should be addressed with a healthcare provider. When it comes to penis size, it's important to remember that satisfaction in sexual relationships is not determined by this factor. Emotional connection, communication, and mutual respect are far more important for a fulfilling relationship. Sexual experiences can vary widely from person to person, and it's crucial to understand that there's no universal standard for what sex should look like. The most important thing is that your experiences are consensual, respectful, and enjoyable for both you and your partner. As we continue to explore the topics of sexual health and relationships, remember that knowledge is power. Equip yourself with reliable information and feel comfortable discussing your questions and concerns with trusted adults or healthcare professionals. Let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed so far. Your body is going through many changes, and it's perfectly normal to feel a mix of excitement and confusion. Embrace this time of transformation and remember to prioritize your health and well-being. If you have any questions or need further guidance, don't hesitate to reach out. You're not alone on this journey, and there are resources available to support you as you navigate the world of sex education and relationships. About the book. In a world where relationships are increasingly complex, the Relationship series offers a refreshing and inspiring approach to building a strong and lasting marriage. From preparing for marriage to navigating its challenges, this series offers valuable lessons on communication, intimacy, conflict resolution, and more. Whether you're single, engaged, or already married, the Relationship series is your roadmap to creating a strong, loving, and lasting partnership. The Relationship series is your ultimate resource for building a happy, healthy, and fulfilling marriage. With a focus on practical application and real-life examples, this series will empower you to develop a deeper understanding of yourself and your partner, build a strong foundation for a lifelong commitment, navigate conflicts and challenges with confidence and love, cultivate intimacy, trust, and communication in your relationship. Join the journey to a more loving, supportive, and blissful marriage. Start reading the Relationship series today.
About the author. Reverend Dr. Olufunke is a dynamic, multifaceted woman of God who is full of substance and virtue. She believes that every woman must die empty, and with this mindset she strives to explore and fulfill her God-given potential. With a mandate to restore people and bring hope to her generation, she has positively impacted many lives and continues to influence her generation with powerful, life-changing messages. Her focus is on relationships, marriage, the home, and womanhood as a whole. Her multifaceted ministry also aids men and women struggling with sexual addiction, helping them break free and step into their God-ordained destiny. Through her heaven-inspired teaching and preaching, her voice resonates with freedom to all who know what it means to be in chains. Dr. Olufunke is the founder of the Women College of Ministry, Men College of Ministry, and the School of Finishing Touches. Reverend Dr. Olufunke is a life coach who reaches out daily to be a blessing to people's lives through her on-air radio program, Moment to Ponder. Her weekly on-air live radio program, She Matters, Straight Talk with Olufunke, on Blast FM is always a delight to many, as she dishes out wisdom nuggets on how to manage relationships, home, marriage, and life in general. Reverend Dr. Olufunke is the founder of Mending Lives Foundation, a non-governmental organization targeted at assisting the less privileged and, most importantly, the emotionally damaged individuals in society. She is also a certified family therapist and professional counselor. Reverend Dr. Olufunke is a prolific writer and a distinguished author who has published over 100 books that have been of immense blessing to her generation. A mother and grandmother, she is a solid teacher of the Word and a highly sought expert on conference speaking with deep insight into God's Word. Reverend Dr. Olufunke carries prophetic grace and anointing to bring change to the lives of anyone under the sound of her voice.